Hello everyone. Today we are going to be working on these rafters for the garage, and we're also going to be working on getting some of the tin off of the old barn roof, which should be a fun experience. But I'm waiting on some gear that I ordered to be able to do that. So right now we're just going to be trying to duplicate this rafter. I was going to originally reuse all these rafters off of the old roof, but I realized once I started tearing them off that most of them were in terrible shape. A lot of them were rotted. You can see that they're also fairly warped from the weight over the years. So, I mean, the new boards are not any better. They're also warped, so, but they're not rotted at least. So yeah, I basically found the best one I could that was the most original, and we are just gonna copy all 18 of these 2x4s into a rafter. I'm not going to bore you with watching all this, so I'm probably just going to make this fast forward real quick and get all these done. Alright, you can see here that all of the rafters are all done, all notched out, the ends are cut to the correct length. Now we need to go down to the barn and get all of the roof metal off, because that's the roof that we're going to use for the garage. So let's get to it. Alright, so I got all my climbing gear that I need to climb up this rope. I got the rope all the way over and tied to a tree on the other side. That was not very easy to do. It actually took me a while to get the rope over the top because it's quite a ways up there. It's a pretty tall building. So what I ended up doing was putting this ladder up there. I climbed to the top of the ladder and sat on the roof. And then I threw the rope over, and I was able to just kind of fish it down the other side enough to where I could grab it on the other side and tie it to the tree. So now I'm going to try to climb up there. I've never used this type of climbing equipment before, but it should keep me pretty safe as long as the roof stays standing. So it's redundant, so I have 2 points that are always attached to the rope. So this one I will pull myself up with, and then the rope will go through this one down here. So there'll always be something holding me up. So even if one of these two fails, I'll still be able to stay up there. I just watched some YouTube videos, figured out what I needed, and bought the bare minimum. So I got a good harness, one with some padding. So hopefully, I figure I'm probably gonna be up there for a while trying to get all this metal off. So I wanted something a little more comfy. But I'm not gonna be able to take you guys up there right now, because I want to figure out how it's going to be hard enough carrying this hammer and crowbar up there. So maybe once I get more comfortable with it, I'll take you guys up there and kind of show you what I'm doing. But for right now, you get to watch me from here. It'll be attached in here, so let's see what happens. I mean, it's holding me, so can't complain too much. Kind of want to get to the top and see where it's hitting. Make sure the rope's not hitting on the roof wrong, where it's kind of getting frayed or something. I can kind of stand up here with slack on the rope, but it's still pretty steep. I'm sliding. There is a nice ridge cap, so it's rounded off, so the rope's not really going to fray unless it gets caught on a seam or a nail or something. I think what I'm going to do now is just start on this side over here and start working my way across and just throwing the metal down. Let's get to it. I should have grabbed my gloves. I forgot them. We'll see how it goes. I really wanted to get you guys up here, so hopefully that shot's good. It's really hard for me to tell whether you can see me or not, but I've gotten most of the way down. I have 2 more rows on these top sheets, and then they should be able to slide down. So let's get these off here and see what happens. some reason, whoever nailed in this row wanted to make sure they never came out, ever. This has been the hardest row to get out. Every single one, just the head just breaks off, or I guess breaking off would be easy, but the head kindly just molds and just won't come out. Maybe these are all nailed into a really like solid board or something, but I need to get a different pry bar, and it's also getting dark, so we may just have to end it here for tonight. But this is just going to take a while to take down, so I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to keep videoing this or not, because it's pretty boring and very repetitive. But I am getting them off in nice clean sheets, which is good. This rope is working really well, but I think I'm going to call it there for tonight. We'll see you in the next clip. Alright, so videoing up there is extremely difficult. So I went up there last night and I ripped a lot more of the roof off. I didn't record any of it. It's just, there's not really a good way to record while I'm up there because my hands are full and I don't want to die. So you can see how much of the roof I've gotten off so far though. It's coming off really well. I figured out a new method. Different crowbar definitely helped a lot. And it's actually pretty sturdy up there too, so that's nice. So what I found out is the top two sheets, there's that first tier there, and then the second one, and then the third one. The first two are both 8 feet long, and the last one is 10 feet long. And I measured the roof that we have on the garage, and it's only 13 feet. So I think what I'm going to try to do is use the two 8-foot, and then the 10-footers I can use for something else, probably the walls for the machine shed or something. So that's my plan. I also cut that big branch down right there because it was really in the way. I'm going to need to do the same over here with this tree. That whole tree needs to come down, but here's the metal that I've taken off so far. It's coming off in really clean sheets too, which is nice. There's like some holes from the nails, but you know, that's gonna happen when you're using used stuff. The underside looks like brand new. So I'm really tempted to just turn it over and use it like that, but the only problem with that is all the holes, they're like all pokey up here because the metal's all bent in because of the nails. Not sure if I'm gonna actually do that or not. But now we have to go work on the garage, so we have somewhere to put this metal. And also, I probably don't have quite enough to do the garage yet, because if I'm not going to use any of the 10-footers, so one side should be all the way over to where I stopped on that first row. So those 3 sheets, if I get those off, that would cover one side, which is pretty much half of the barn. So if I get the top 2 rows off of this whole half, that should cover the whole roof of the garage. So I'm going to try in the next couple of days to get the rest of this side of the roof off. The other side I need to do as well. I want to get all this off, so then I'm not so worried about this barn. This roof is really most of the stuff that I wanted to save. There's a lot of wood in there that I need to save too, but this was the hardest thing to get down, or it took me the most time to figure out how to get it down. So let's go work on the garage. We need to get this old roof off of here and the sheeting underneath, because we're not going to use any of that. We're going to put all new rafters in here, and then we got to put a new main rafter across the top, and then we're going to put some stripping and then put the metal on top of that. But this roof needs to come off. I wasn't sure whether I was going to use asphalt shingling or do metal, and that's why I left them up there. In hindsight, it would have been nice to just take it off when it was down on the ground instead of having to take it off up there, but what can you do? So I have kind of a plan. I'm just going to use the tractor and just try to pry it up with the tractor instead of going up there with a crowbar, because obviously that should be easier. I'm just hoping I don't knock it down or something. So let's try that first and see what happens. Yeah, that's definitely not going to work. It just immediately wanted to lift up on that rafter, so guess we'll be doing it the old-fashioned way, by hand. The aluminum drip edge is holding everything together, so that's what's making it kind of a pain in the butt. Not the easiest thing in the world, but at least it's done. I need to take that board out right there and replace it as well. Or maybe I'll just tie into it. That might be easier instead of taking it out and replacing it. Now we gotta do the other side. So it's just a bunch of the same, so I'm not gonna record it. But alright everyone, welcome back. It's another day. So I was able to get this long, I don't know what piece you call this, but it's the board that goes at the peak up here, all the way across. So what I've decided to do, this one board was split, so I want to make sure I got it tied together with this center section that combines the two boards. So I sandwiched both ends in there, and honestly this is also way stronger than the other board was that was originally in here, because it just had a seam right on one of the rafters, and it just, that was it. There was no plating on it or anything, so this will definitely be stronger. So it's the right length and everything, so now we just have to hoist it up there, and then I'm just going to screw it into the side of the pieces that are sticking out, because I think that's probably going to be the strongest way to do it. And as you can see, my tractor's in here with some pallets on it, and that's what I'm going to use to kind of help me. So hopefully that goes over okay. We will see. But luckily I put a board on a 2x4 up on this end up here, right here. So I'll be able to set it on there, and then hopefully I can just screw it onto this side, maybe one screw up there, and then come over here and lift it up, screw it in there, and then we should be good to go with that. So let's get to it. Alright, I moved the tractor so I can get this screwed in real quick. Flimsy. There's nothing I can do about that. Ow. Come on. Okay, that's in there. Hopefully it'll stay until I get the other side up. Following. Doesn't help that this wall likes to move a lot. It's like there's no support or something. Okay, that looks really secure. This wall needs to be pushed back a lot. Probably I have all this bracing holding the wall this way when it actually needs to go backwards. I got those two middle ones out, but these two corner ones are probably still holding it, so I'm going to loosen up those. Hopefully the wall will just kind of move a little. I don't know. We'll see. feel it. There's some tension on that. That's scary. Okay. There's definitely some tension on that. Yeah, that's a lot more loose now. Alright, let's get up there and try to get that screwed in. See if we can get this up and down. We gotta get on the other, we gotta get in front of this. I don't know about that. Okay. Okay. Now we need to go adjust the other side because it's off a bit. So we gotta take this screw out and adjust the board, then put it back in. Okay. I think we're good. Need more screws. All right. So those are on there. All the way across. And it should be sturdy enough to lean some boards against. So not super structural. It just kind of needs to be there to butt the rafters up to. So now we really just need to do the rafters. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna be able to do that alone or not. It's gonna be a little tricky. And I was also thinking I should probably do like one in the center first, just to keep this board from flopping everywhere. I think that would probably be a good idea. I think this is where the tractor with the pallet fork is going to come in nice, to just put a platform there so I can just kind of stand up there and put them up. We'll see how it goes. That seems safe. Alright, the biggest problem I'm going to have is I need to figure out how far from the edge to the center they need to be. It's 119 inches, but I have a feeling my tape measure is going to get a little flimsy out there. Alright, well, unfortunately it's sprinkling a little bit now, but this is what I've been able to get accomplished. I have both of the rafters up there, and I put a stringer across here. Hopefully these terms are correct, but this is going to make it so much more rigid, having this one on the bottom here, which the old garage didn't really have. I guess it did have that beam for the loft, but that was mostly there just to support the loft. But anyway, this will add a lot of support to it. I'll probably put at least two more, one further forward and one back here, of these in here, but I really just need to get the rest of the rafters in here and then get all of the other boards that I'm going to screw or nail the metal roofing to on there. But that's probably going to be it for today because it's raining. And, well, it's just sprinkling. I might try to do more. We'll see. So I was getting to the end and I realized there really should be two more 2x4s in here, and I only have one more set. And then I realized, why aren't they lining up right? And I forgot that I added 2 feet onto the garage length. So I think what I'm gonna do, I only have 2 more and I need 2 more. So I have this one here, which isn't in the best shape, obviously. But this one's somewhat okay, and I'm probably just gonna have to go salvage another one and call it good. I mean, it'll be fine. There's probably at least 1 more in there that's good. So I'm gonna go salvage 1 more, probably screw this end back together so it's not broken off. I mean, that end is not structural, so that's just for the overhang, so it should be fine. But yeah, I gotta get 2 more. Made a little bit of a mistake, but it'll be fine. All right, so we got the rest of the boards we need. I found, well, we had the 1 board laying here that I just fixed the end on, and I was able to find 1 more that was in decent shape. The end's a little rough, but it should be fine. So let's get these last 4 put up, and then we have to secure all of them on the walls, because I haven't done that yet. I just put them up there on the peak and screwed them in up there. So let's get this done. All of the 2x4s are up now, so I just need to go along the walls and secure them to the top of the walls, because only the middle one that I put up first is secured just to hold everything together and straight. So now we need to secure all that, and then I'll eventually put some more braces across, just like the one in the middle there, but for now I'm just going to leave it. So I can get the tractor down now, do all that, and then we need to put the stripping across all the 2x4s for the metal roof. So let's secure all the 2x4s. Probably not going to record it, it's boring, so I'll see you when I get back. Alright, so some of you may not be aware, but that barn that we were getting the roof off of, this is the flooring out of the loft of it. And I tore this out quite a while ago in a different video that I can put up in the corner right here. So you can check that out if you want, but this was just all laying inside. It still has nails in it, so I'm gonna have to get the nails out, but this is what we're gonna use to put across all of the 2x4s to nail the metal to. Just figure it's good solid wood, it's not rotted at all, and I don't have any plans for it any other way, so let's get to getting all these nails out, getting it on the roof. Alright, so what I figured out is I need to put one of these boards every 2 feet on these 2x4s. I'm just going to start at the bottom here, put one all the way across, and I need to bump out a foot because I want a foot overhang on there. So yeah, I'm going to just start putting them in, and then put one on and then put the next one on, and just work my way all the way to the peak, and then do the same on the other side, and that'll be it. Then we can get the metal on there and we'll actually have a roof again. Well, this is pretty much how it's gonna go. I just need to put a ton of these on, so see you in a bit. Alright, so I've gotten 2 rows on now. It's going pretty slow. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna record a whole lot more of this because it's just gonna take a lot of time to get all of these on there. It's going alright. Everything seems to be going good, so get back to you when I get this done. What are you doing, buddy?
Turning some wood over here.
Carrying the wood? Look at that wood pile you made.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. You want to show them what we did?
Yeah.
Okay, tell them what we did.
We have to make a ceiling.
We have to make a ceiling, yep.
Yeah.
Did we get all of the stripping on there?
Yeah.
Yep, all of it's done.
Yeah.
Alright, good job, buddy.
Mm.
You did a good job.
Yeah.
Alright, so we got all the stripping done. It took a couple days to do. Each strip across there took me approximately a half hour to get on there. Because not a single piece would make it all the way across. And on the other side, I did this side first, and on the other side, there weren't 2 pieces long enough to actually make it all the way across. But I did have enough wood just laying in the barn to do this, so that was good. Had to hammer all the nails out of them, which took some time too, but it's done. Yeah, it's ready for metal. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to that tonight, so probably tomorrow, because if I wait any longer, it's supposed to rain. So hopefully tomorrow. We'll see you then. All right, so we're back out here today working on the garage. Instead of putting the roof on though, I decided I really need to anchor these walls down to the foundation, because I never did that. And putting the roof on, if we get a good gust of wind through this opening here, I have a feeling it could lift the garage up, and I really don't want that to happen. So before I put the roof on, we're going to anchor all the walls down. So I started right here. I have these anchor bolts, and I just drilled a hole that deep in the concrete, and so we'll put this in here, hammer that in, and then tighten it down, and that'll keep the wall where it needs to be. Sorry about the wind if it's a little windy. It is windy, but sorry if it's too noisy. Alright, so I need to figure out my alignment on these pieces of metal here. And I'm also taking a break from anchoring the garage down because my drill is getting really hot, and I don't really want it to get that hot. It's to the point where it's hard to hold because it's so hot. So I'm just gonna let it cool down. We'll come back to that. But I need to figure out the placement of the two panels. So I need to get these pieces up here, align them a little bit, and see where they're gonna fit the best. There should be a bit of overlap, like a foot of overlap, I'm thinking. I think it's only 13 feet from the peak to the bottom, and this should be 14 or 16 or something like that. Yeah, 8 feet, that'd be 16. So we should be fine, but let's get up there and see how it looks. I don't have enough metal off of the barn to get this, even the side done, so I'm gonna have to get a lot more metal down. I do have the 10-foot sections of metal, but I don't want to use that because they're longer sections. These are already way longer than I need now, so I feel like it would just be a waste to use those for this. So I'm gonna end this video right here because it's just dragging on too long. This roof is taking a lot longer than I thought, and it's the reason why I didn't post a video last week, because I just wanted to get this in one video. Maybe I should have split it up, but I really didn't want to do that. So that's probably going to be it that you're going to see with this roof. In the next video on this garage, we will probably be either doing siding or electrical. We'll probably be doing siding because I really would need to get this closed in a little better. So I guess that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.